Hi.
Hello. Hey.
So I'm not alone.
Woo!
This is,
Exciting.
you're not pity. Or tissue.
Nope.
Nice.
Or a coin or a potato chip.
The gang's all here. Hello.
Hi. I'm KK.
I'm Lyric.
And we have been filming.
Yeah.
I can hear us.
Oh!
Well,
That's what happens when you have your phone on the live stream.
you can
Okay.
get a little feedback.
I was
That's all.
trying to
Oh,
have the
someone's
chat.
excited that I'm Dave. Let
Yes.
me smash.
We explained that to him after last live stream, by the way. He now knows what let me smash means. Someone's like, whoa.
Everyone's just like, hey.
Ashamed.
Gamzee.
By the way, hi Emmy, I'm Selma Screamer.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm Lyrical Gamer. You don't know me.
So we, after doing the cosplay answer video that Kay did the other day, there were like questions that I could answer and Lyric could answer that like Kay couldn't, and so we thought we might do like another one where all of us kind of give some advice, because cosplay experience wise, I've got about 7 years. Kay, I don't know how many years you have.
I've got like
Many.
I've got
I'm ignorant
3
though,
or
for all my
4.
years.
Also, whoever said that they like our hair, it's fine. I like my hair too.
My hair's been on a wig cap all day, so.
You're also holding on strong to that emo hair.
Oh, hello. Someone said hi.
Yeah.
Minerva Kingsley says
Yep.
hi.
The chat's actually loading fairly decently compared to your phone, it seems.
No.
No, never mind.
We're trying to keep up.
Yeah.
KK had an idea.
The first question I see is Gamzee asking if he can have some Faygo.
I don't even know where to buy Faygo.
I don't know anymore.
There's one place in my state to buy Faygo, and I'm not sure if it's still in business or not.
There's a Gamzee cosplayer that shows up to A2F and GlitchCon that always has Faygo.
Yeah, I don't know where he gets it.
We used to be able to get it, but it was from like a smoke shop that's now like an hour away, and now that smoke shop is gone.
Yeah. Family Dollar sells Faygo apparently.
They do?
Really?
I've never seen a Family Dollar with Faygo in it.
Me neither. Oh, who are your favorite characters?
Oh, someone wants a happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I can't read the name.
Vono Spires, I think is what that is.
I don't know what quirk that's supposed to be.
Someone says who are our favorite characters? From Homestuck or from anything? Because Dave.
Just stare into my chest.
That was
My favorite
Jade
ship.
Mars.
My favorite ship is Dave Cat.
This
is my car cat.
Hi.
Ah.
My favorite character from Homestuck is Carcat, just because he's my precious bean and I love him.
He's your emo bean, more than anything.
Yes, he's my emo bean. And my favorite character, just like in general, is probably Kiddoa from Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, because he is.
You just said the X out loud.
I don't know if people know it or not, and yeah, it's pronounced Hunter Hunter.
It has been very warm today. Warm. It's been
warm. We're outside and play.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know my favorite characters.
Is Roxy your favorite from Homestuck?
Yes.
Okay.
And Matuna.
And
was the favorite troll.
And then Tsukiyama.
God bless the Tsukiyama. The worship.
Do any of us Stalling for the Worst says, do any of you like musicals? I love musicals. I am a theater nerd.
Because
Theater kid.
Fuck I do. Good. Because son of a fuck I do. That is how songs are made. The fuck.
Yeah.
Unless you're fucking yourself. That's not okay.
M. Hubbard says,
Yeah.
hello. How are you lovely people today? I'm good.
I'm great.
Also, I was wondering a few things about wigs for cosplay, like how you get the shine from wigs or how you style them.
Dry shampoo.
Dry shampoo. You can try the baby powder technique. I really only recommend it for very light wigs, like white or blonde. Any dark wig, it's going to leave like some really bad streaks in it.
And fabric softener.
Yeah,
Dipping it in fabric softener.
Fabric softener definitely helped your sapphire wig.
Yeah, my sapphire wig like needed the fabric softener. And then styling. What's the yellow can? It's like
Got
glue.
to be glue.
Yeah, that's like fantastic.
It's not good for you, but we're cosplayers and we don't care. We're hardcore.
Cosplay is pain.
It is.
Congrats on surviving your first day of school.
Oh. Tavros says, I can never get my Tavros cosplay horns to stick on. Any tips?
Don't super glue them onto your head.
Please don't super glue them to the side of your head.
Wait, what? They
There's
said that?
there's a video that Lyric and I both
video.
know, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, I
Don't
don't think
do
somebody
that.
said to super glue it. How we did Tavros horns was earmuffs,
Oh,
like, and then took the muff off. And then stuck the take the muff off and stick the horn in.
Oh my god.
Basically, that's what you do.
All right.
There are too many dirty things involved with Homestuck.
That really is.
I saw someone ask you if you have any like updates on when you might do Welcome to Night Vale again.
I want to soon. Very soon.
Yeah.
Very, very soon, actually.
I'm a Kevin.
And do Cecil.
Two
I'm
Cecils and a Kevin in the house.
Kevin's gonna have a field day.
Oh man.
Oh
Two
no.
new people to convert to Strix.
No. We're not doing this. The saddest part in Homestuck. Ooh.
All of the deaths the carpet had to
Whoa.
witness.
Dave. Just Dave. Dave knowing really it's the monologue he has towards Dirk that really hits home with me.
Any tips for first-time cosplayers? Start. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
Just don't be afraid to do it.
Start in your
Yeah.
closet with just clothes that you already
Yeah.
have and a cheap wig. See what's the most fun for you to do. Is
Mhm.
it the makeup? Is it the wig styling? Is
Right,
it the
yeah.
clothing? Try to figure out what's your thing, and then what's not your thing, you can buy online. Because I can't sew, so I buy my outfits online or have somebody else make them for me. Because
My
God
way-
bless people who can sew.
My way to get started with cosplay is that a friend wanted me to do Freddy Fazbear, but like a human version. This was way back when like only the first 2 games were out, so this was a long time ago. And so I was just like, well, I've got this white shirt, black slacks, a top hat, and I guess I'll buy some bear ears.
My first cosplay was Nepeta. And it was, my mom was furious at me because I cut up 2 blue polo shirts that I had for school. And I made the hat and the ears, and I painted one of my really nice black shirts with the symbol. And I had some gray sweatpants and some blue shoes, and I didn't have paint or a wig. My friend made my horns and gave me a jacket and some gloves to wear, and that was my first cosplay. It was great. It was not great. It looked like shit. But I had a blast and it made me want to go to conventions like all the time.
Yeah,
so.
as long as you let yourself have fun in your first cosplay and you don't feel too self-conscious about how you look, then you're gonna want to like do it some more, and then you'll get better. Because you're always gonna go to a convention or like just hang out somewhere where there's gonna be like a first-time cosplayer, or there's gonna be someone who's like, "Hey, I've wanted to get into cosplay," and you know, seeing someone else who's like, "This is my first cosplay," I'd be like, "Yeah, bond over cosplay."
And Stalling for the Word says, so do you guys have a brand you like to use makeup wise? Midnight, it says a compulsive cosmetics question mark.
Me side-eyeing you.
I use Ben Nye. I really like Ben Nye. I have a local supplier. And I do one white and one gray, and I heat them in the microwave, and then I pour them into a cup, and I stir them together, and then I pour them back into the containers.
I had to help with that yesterday morning.
Yep, and then I use like baby powder or talcum powder or whatever to set my face, and then I use Ben Nye Final Seal, and I swear by it because it really helps hold things to your face.
I used Snazaroo before I met KK, and honestly, I recommend the Ben Nye more.
The Ben Nye is more expensive, so if your wallet can't handle it,
Snaz will get you there, but
Yeah.
once you can like afford the Ben Nye, I'd recommend that more.
And you use Maron.
Yeah, I use Maron, which was grease paint. So I always forewarn, like, if you have sensitive skin like me, don't do it. Or like just fair warning, like wash your face really well and then do a complete detox of your face afterward.
I hope you don't feel like we're talking too much,
No.
like over
Yeah,
you.
sorry.
It's fine.
Because like I'll look over at you and then you'll just be sitting there. I'll be like, are you saying too
No,
much?
it's fine.
And my
Voltron.
oh, I love Voltron.
Finally, people who can talk about all the people.
Everybody always
I have
asks.
not seen the newest season.
I haven't seen season 3
So-
either.
Yeah.
Because someone had to finish all of the Adventure Zone.
Hi, Genevieve. I didn't know that there were people who actually cared about me that followed me. So, hello.
There you
Ooh,
go.
a fan.
But my biggest thing, I really swear by this case, is that it doesn't really work for Maron, but for Ben Nye and for Snazaroo, using Neutrogena makeup wipes is really helpful.
Yeah, Maron, it's hard to get off.
Yeah.
It's really good about staying on and stuff, and Maron will hold on to you really tight and never let go.
Yeah.
Maron is if you need to be wearing this for, the rest of your life.
Yeah. You'll have it for you'll have spots all over you for
Where do we
the
get
next
the
few days.
horns? We make the horns.
Yeah. In the last live chat, there were people who were wanting to know about model magic. I can go grab my model magic horns.
Oh,
Cody keeps saying thank you.
$1.
Appreciation. Thank you.
I made a pair of Carcat horns out of Crayola air dry clay, and they're kind of heavy, so you can only really make smaller horns out of them. But they were really sturdy. And then these are model magic.
These are model magic, painted with acrylic paints. They aren't sealed. They hold up really well.
Double their profit. They just doubled their profit.
And they're super lightweight. They're really sturdy, and I attach them to my wig with
A bunch of little pins.
yeah. These are sewing straight pins. And because it's a foamy paper clay, the pins kind of slide right in. And you're not going to damage them very easily. They won't crack once they're dry. They will crack when they're dry, and you have to really make sure that you mold it in such a way that everything is smooth. But after that, they're really hardy. So
I've seen people use felt to make their horns. Felt is a really light method. You put it on headbands, and that's how I've seen people make larger horns, like Kanayas or Gamzees or Aridans. And that was a really good method. But be careful with your headbands, because the first time I went to a convention and the other person was wearing her Kanaya Hornsborn a headband. Her headband actually snapped in the middle.
I rescued.
Yeah, that's how I met KK. Someone asked where we get our Homestuck shirts. I bought this off of website that I don't remember the name of, but I bought this online. I think the We Love Fine version is like a red shirt that's short sleeve with this, but I was specifically looking for the like baseball jersey type thing with the red sleeves like this. It was Tabastic, something like that.
Yeah.
And then I've made a Carcat sweater. I just got fabric paint and painted on a sweater.
My Carcat sweater that I have, I actually got a black shirt from Goodwill that I really liked, and I got a gray shirt that was kind of a lighter sweater material, and I printed out the pattern of Carcat symbol, and I cut it out, and then I cut out the same shape from the sweater using that pattern, and then I got heat transfer adhesive, and I put it, it's made specifically to put one piece of fabric onto another piece of fabric. You can get it at Walmart, I think, or any kind of craft store. And so I pressed that onto the sweater material and then onto the sweater, and it makes like a pretty realistic kind of almost like it was knit into it type thing.
Yeah, I swear by the iron-on adhesives. For
Yeah.
somebody who can't sew.
There are people asking if you're okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
someone,
good.
someone said it looks like you're having more flashbacks.
Why? Because I'm just okay.
You're just kind of like staring off into the distance, just like,
But I'm listening.
People are concerned for you.
There's so many, like, we've lost the chat. But, like, I'm gonna have to, like, scroll.
Coffee Bean 77. Yes, this is where you ask
Yep.
questions. Just where you just type that.
Yeah.
Oh,
De-shine a wig.
Dry shampoo or fabric softener or baby powder.
Baby powder is only if you've got a lighter colored wig. 'Cause
fabric softener doesn't really de-shine it. It just makes it like easier to brush through, and
has it de-shined for you? Because
I was told if you soaked it for like 48 hours and then you did a little bit of baby powder, it would de-shine.
the baby powder is what de-shines it. The fabric softener is just to
I've
like
been lied
make
to.
everything.
Oh, someone doesn't
lied to. What?
$2.
Oh, Emily Johnson, thank you. Appreciate it. And that doubled. That's what Tuna says. Thank you.
Oh, tell us about your interests. Discuss new fandoms. Love for anything that's stuck with you through the years.
Besides the obvious Homestuck.
Yeah, besides Homestuck. What new fandom have I gotten into?
The one we were watching this morning.
Naked and Afraid?
No.
That's the one you told me you were watching.
What were we watching this morning?
The hero one.
Oh, Boku no Hero Academia.
Yeah.
That one's a good one.
What?
My Hero Academia.
Okay.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes.
I've always just related that to Boku no Pico.
KK, no.
All right, there's the war flashback, guys.
That's the war flashback. Naked and Afraid. New fandom.
Well, they told me that's what they had been watching, so I
That-
thought
that was-
that was the
that was
last
last
thing.
night.
That was last night after we got home, and it was just on for like 4 hours, so we were just chilling in bed watching people try to survive.
Yeah, we've got one channel right now.
This
so-
is KK, and I'm Lyric.
someone, there was a question up in the chat that I saw.
Happens.
Oh,
This is what I mean by I
okay.
can't keep up with my shit.
This is what happens when live
Okay.
streaming.
Oh god, it just keeps going. Okay, there we go.
This is what I.
Oh, and if anyone wants pronouns, KK is they, them, and I am he, him.
Question: do you guys like cosplaying and stuff? Do you have fun doing that?
No.
No, not at all.
Wait, I zoned what?
Do we like cosplaying and do we have fun doing it?
No.
No, not at all.
I
Definitely.
definitely don't just, casually daze.
I definitely don't
Nobody likes cosplay. It's just something you're forced to do
I don't.
because you force yourself to do it.
I don't know why I didn't think that putting the Sonic ice into this cup of water would make it vaguely taste like the slushy.
Yeah, no, I love cosplay.
I've been doing it for a long time.
Cosplay is fun.
Yeah, cosplay's pain, and if you don't seriously love it, you won't keep doing it.
I recommend like actually trying to get into the sewing aspect of it if you're interested in that. Like just kind of dive into that, just like hand sew, learn how to do that, and that'll give you
teach you.
It's okay that you don't know how to do the sewing,
I've
but
had
like
a lot of people try to teach me.
I know that there are people who are out there who want to get into cosplay who are probably scared of it, and you just like need a sewing needle and you thread it and you like learn how to do different stitches, and before you know it, you've made a little thing.
YouTube. You're obviously on YouTube, but YouTube's your best friend.
Yes.
Follow the guides.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome kitty time. Thank you. This is after a day of cosplay, so the back is like all wanting to flip up.
It's flippable. Good cat. All day.
KK equals car cat. Yes.
Hey, yeah, definitely.
KK is an amazing car cat, and I love them very much.
Genevieve says, you guys talk about your own personal experiences through the years as far as cosplay goes. How welcoming the community was, failures and successes, tips you'd tell your past self, etc. Welcoming, my experience was a very welcoming community. I know some people don't have that, but my experience was everyone was like, wow, this poor little Nefida, we're going to raise you up and show you the light of cosplay. And I was like, ah, and it was great.
This is what I've always wanted to hear, guys.
I'm 5 years younger than KW is, so.
So good.
My first convention was a small one-day convention that went from like 10 in the morning to 9 o'clock that evening. And everyone was just sort of chill and it was really fun. It was hot as hell, so be very careful, like checking the weather, the humidity and all that. If like you're gonna be in a more intense cosplay, try not to make the most intense cosplay your first one.
Yeah, definitely. Also, on your first cosplay, please don't go out and spend all of your money.
Yeah, don't
Like,
that.
especially if you don't know if it's for you or not, and you're trying to figure things out. Try to do things at home, and if you still live with your parents, like maybe ask them for like help with a few things. Like if you aren't comfortable handling like a hot glue gun or something like that, then ask for help.
Get a really good best friend.
Yeah. If someone asked us,
Well, they also had asked, like, what past self.
oh yeah,
I would advise myself against the option to go with long sleeves on my first cosplay because I died. Because if you're gonna go with long sleeves, equip yourself with cold water.
what about you?
Advice.
Don't stop. But I mean, I didn't stop.
The bell is coming from the cat. Someone quote said that every time I moved, it sounded like I was making the bell sound. It's not me. It's Nepeta somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whenever I started cosplaying, the community was not welcoming at all.
No.
And so, I mean, I looked like a raccoon. To be fair, they weren't wrong. I looked like a raccoon. But like, they told me like, you shouldn't even be cosplaying. What the fuck is this? Like, who is this child? And why didn't their parents prevent them from doing this? They're embarrassing themselves and stuff like that. Whereas then I was like, you know what? I want the cosplay community to be better, and I'm gonna fight to make it better. God damn it, I won't stop.
You succeeded.
Yeah.
I feel like a grandpa. I'm like, back in my day,
Back in my day, everyone hated everyone.
there was only like 3 cosplay channels on the YouTube. So I'm like, I feel like a grandpa.
Who's the tallest? KK.
Yeah,
KK's 5'9".
Yeah.
I'm 5'2".
I'm 5'0".
You're 5'3".
You're
Yeah, I'm
5'3".
5'3". They finally get to know.
No.
Never said it. I'm always like, I'm not.
Oh, KW, you got that person into cosplay.
Aw.
Oh, I'm glad.
If
Unless you hate it. Then I'm sorry.
could go back and tell myself something.
When you paint yourself gray, remember to seal it. Also, arm socks, if you know how to make those.
Probably what I'd tell myself is just really don't procrastinate. That's what I tell myself. Because I procrastinate. Don't you look at me! Don't you look at me!
Why I was like, you sure you want me to stick the middle, guys?
It's your channel. Yeah, I procrastinate like all my cosplay.
Yeah, you made Broadway Carcat in 3 days?
Yeah, 3 days. Sapphire in like a week. And Ruby.
Yeah. I helped with Ruby a lot.
You did a lot of help with Ruby.
That's why I recommend getting into sewing, because I was scared of sewing, but then I started doing Ruby and I was like, I can do this now. Just me sitting at the sewing machine having an epiphany. Oh my god, I can sew. Someone asked if any of us are in college, and that's the only question that my mind retained, and no.
I take online classes. I just have to take this semester off for personal reasons.
Yeah.
Someone asked, how did we meet and how long have we been friends?
Internet.
Internet. How long have
Fairly odd parents answer. Internet.
How long have you and I been talking? Like maybe about a year.
I met you yesterday.
This was my thing of, hey, I want to go visit my friend Kay because he's alone,
Well,
and I brought my boyfriend.
I knew who Kay was.
Yeah.
Forever alone.
I'd watched Artful Impersonator before, but I never really interacted because I was too scared to. But then KK was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go meet KW," and I was like, "Okay." It's like, and then at the end of the month, KK was like, "Hey, want to go do a video?" And I was like, "Sure."
We tried 5 hours to do a video. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You know what? It's been a great time.
Yeah.
I didn't force them, guys. I didn't force them. I wasn't like, you gotta make a video with me.
No, it was definitely a, hey, you're awesome video.
Again with the musicals, KK is a theater kid.
My favorite musical is Wicked, and that's because it was the first one that I saw, and I was like, musicals, live acting, holy shit, this is great, I love it. Which cosplays took me the longest, or us the longest to make, not me. I saw you and I inserted like, yeah.
It happens.
Ruby probably took me the longest because I actually made that one.
What about you?
War
I
flashbacks.
I mean, I redid one. So like I had him, but then I like redid him, but it was like massive amount of years between. So I mean that sounds like that was the longest one. But I don't know from start to finish.
I don't know. Probably Sapphire, I think.
Sapphire was,
Yeah. I did.
because I mean,
Sapphire.
most of the other ones you rushed them, so Sapphire taking a
Yeah.
week was actually a long time
The
for you.
hardest one I did was Broadway Carcat, probably. But Sapphire, I did have to remake that panel piece to get the diamond right several times.
Someone asked where we got the paint that we use. KK and I, there is a store in Little Rock where we live. KK, it's so vague. And we go there and buy the Ben Nye at that seller. But I mean, before that, I ordered Snazaroo online at Amazon.
I have to buy Maron now online because the little mom and pop little costume shop that I used to get from, they closed.
Yeah,
It's an hour away though, so like I wasn't that disappointed. they
the
closed.
theater shop that we go to buy stuff from is going under. But we talked to the guy that runs it about going to conventions in Arkansas to try to pull in more business, because then there would
that'd
be
be awesome.
cosplayers who'd be like, "Oh my god." I tried to
So-
get a job there.
Stalling for the worst, you asked me if I think Hamilton is overrated. No, I actually really enjoy Hamilton. I think it's a great story. You said you think Wicked is better. Because Wicked's my favorite, I have to agree, but I don't like anyone who loves Hamilton and thinks it's the best, then by all means have those opinions. Everyone can have their own opinion so long as we are all just like, yes, friends. Bye, Genevieve. Oh, bye. There were like 3 questions that came in like all at once.
Yeah.
This is why I have trouble keeping up with my chat a lot.
Yeah,
You've got the smarter mode because at least like
iPhone.
smart idea to have the iPhone. It makes scrolling through the chat a lot easier.
Yeah. Brandinho, I hope I said that right, says, do any of you listen to podcasts? And if so, have you ever cosplayed a character from a podcast? I think we have all cosplayed essentially the same character and or his double. Welcome to Night Vale. I've cosplayed Cecil.
The Adventure Zone.
Oh yeah.
The Adventure Zone is a podcast. I'm going to be doing Taco.
I'm gonna be doing Lucretia or Madam Director.
I don't know D&D.
Listen, the McElroys barely know D&D either.
Yeah, it's mostly just how do we tell an awesome story.
Someone wants to know about cosplaying Draco Malfoy. The best place to get a wand and wig. Looking for platinum blonde wigs online would probably be
Just kind of
And a
Google.
lace front. So just look
Lace
up
front,
like
yeah.
lace front platinum blonde wig.
Yeah, boys wig or short wig, something that's gonna get you kind of the right thing.
As
Or
for
you can
the
cut it, too.
wand, I know that wands are not particularly easy to make on your own, unless you have like a lot of time and supplies.
You can buy them on eBay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so your best option is probably get Draco's wand off of eBay.
Yeah. For the costume, I'd probably say like go to Goodwill or Savers or thrift stores, like, and get kind of the shirt and the slacks if you don't already own like a white button down and slacks, and search for kind of a green striped tie. I've seen several green striped ties where I live. The robe, either like you can probably really easily find a just basic black wizard's robe, and if not, robes are actually
Halloween
really
costumes.
easy. Yeah, robes are really easy to make. Halloween's coming up, so you can probably find just
Something.
a simple robe that's like $10.
I would recommend watching Voltron, by the way. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Back to the podcast. I also listened to
Oh yeah, sorry.
Alice is Not Dead.
Oh,
I haven't
listened to
cosplayed
some of
it,
that, but
But I like it.
I should get into that.
I listened.
That lady is me.
I listened to like half of the first season or so.
It made me want to be a trucker, but then I was like, do you know how small you are? You shouldn't be a trucker. And then
My neighbor's
they
a
know-
trucker. He's like off the road. He's
They've
on the
already
road.
they've experienced my driving. Do I need to be a trucker, guys?
No.
No.
Do you have a lead foot, by the way?
No.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Favorite fandom and who do you enjoy cosplaying the most? Homestuck. Ham steak.
I don't know my favorite fandom. I cosplay.
Oh, someone sees you being Victor, KK.
Oh. I'm actually really wanting to cosplay Yuri, so
I don't plan on doing anyone from Yuri on Ice because they're all like really good looking men and I'm like, I'm fat.
Lyric can yell at you to be their coach. That would actually be really cute.
I guess I can do that. Oh, I haven't thought about the ship Drary in forever.
No.
Draco and Harry.
You're not a Potterhead, so
My favorite fandom is probably Homestuck because I tend to hyperfixate on a fandom. So
I just Homestuck was my first and will always be.
I think I like cosplaying days.
I have too many fandoms that I'm like obsessed with, so I can't pick.
Have you heard of Star Kid, KK?
No, I have not.
Is Star Kid the one who did Harry Potter musical? Because if so, I have.
If that's it, then absolutely. If it's like a fandom or something, no, I haven't, but I'd love to check it out.
That's all I know. Dumbledore. That's all I know.
That's
like,
Potter Puppet Pals.
oh,
Severus Snape.
yeah, see, I know these.
Potter Puppet Pals is pretty good too.
Silly Kitty says, okay, so what was the most memorable person you have met at a con and why? Also, who were you cosplaying when you met the person?
The most memorable person I met at con was KK.
Yep. I was cosplaying Carcat. He was cosplaying Dave, and we now are dating.
Wow.
okay.
Are you sure you want me to know that?
But yeah, Star Kid did do Harry Potter musical.
Okay, awesome. Then yes, I have. What about you, most memorable person? you've met at a con?
I met somebody that I was friends with for quite a few years. She used to like be on here called KR.
Mhm.
That was the most memorable person I've had met at a con.
KW awkwardly slunks away.
Like it was their heart, and it was like on me. It was a little.
It's
I
because
don't
we love you
belong.
too.
I mean,
You're
Guys,
not part of the
I like you,
relationship.
Dad, but like I'm
You're
happy.
not like
Wait.
part of our relationship, but you know.
Wait, what
Yeah,
happened?
exactly,
I was
exactly.
reading the chat. What happened?
I read one comment that said he awkwardly slinks away, and it was because we did the heart like over him. I'm like, we love you,
I
but
have
like you're not in a
10%.
relationship.
Why do I have 10% of my phone? I haven't been on my phone very much today because I couldn't touch it.
Rest
I
in
have
peace.
been
Oh, thanks.
put on your phone.
Kind of Mackenzie Fauser says, kind of serious question. Do you think we would ever meet each other in real life?
If you go to conventions in Arkansas,
Yeah.
you'll meet me and KK. Me and KK.
It's because you're gay. You don't know your left and right because you're gay.
Listen. Someone says they ship Dave Catnip's canon here. Yeah.
We don't use the poor third wheel. No, I'm just gonna leave now. I feel bad.
Like that's the love.
Someone asked if I don't know if they were specifically asking us, but I saw the question if anyone spoke any different languages. I don't really. I know like some French and some Spanish.
You?
I took 5 years of Japanese, but you don't retain things. And I took exact English sign language, but you don't retain things a lot if you don't use
No,
it.
no. The best way to learn a language is to like go to the country and make yourself learn it.
Yeah.
Or have
Someone
friends
asked
that
if any
speak
of
it.
us play instruments. Not any of us.
Ocarina.
Yes, I play the ocarina and the saxophone. I've been helping teach KK how to play the
I
ocarina.
was learning before I met you.
I've been helping you.
Yeah, you know. Also, I didn't get to answer the language question. I actually, according to Duolingo, know 2% of Spanish. But I know enough to like basically communicate with someone in Spanish. And I know like 20 to 30 phrases in Japanese just from being a weeb.
Nani?
Lyric says, "Where are we right now? Your apartment."
Yeah, inside my home. My really
Oh,
crappy abode.
Jade Mars. AC feels no. Come back. Chat scroll.
Do you see what I do? What type of phone charger do you use?
iPhone.
That one.
iPhone.
iPhone, yeah.
I got you. You guys have fun. I got you.
Okay.
Oh, if Homestuck came to life, which character would you date?
Are you okay? Hey, W nearly fell.
He just kind of shimmied at us. If Homestuck came to life, what character would I date? I'm already dating a car cat.
I date Dave because I
I'm
love
right
him.
here.
Ow. The Napata asked me who do I think Napata should try falling for if Card Kitty won't take her. Do I ship Napata with anyone?
Pfeffery and Aradia at the same time.
Oh, all right then. There's your answer, I guess.
You have the power.
Cool. I thought you didn't have an extension cord.
I found it. I thought. Here's the thing about me.
I don't have an
Right
extension
now-
cord, guys.
Right
Oh,
now,
look.
I don't know what's been taken, and I don't know what I like have. So like
That's-
in my brain, I'm like, I have it, and then like with my marrow pain toast and a few other things. So I'm like, yeah, I have that. No, I don't.
Never mind.
Here's a funny story about Kay that happened like half an hour ago. We were up in the bathroom and I asked him if he had a brush so I could brush out my hair. And he was like, no, I don't, but I have a comb. And he pulls it out and I go, you don't have a brush? Then what's that on the floor? And he's like, oh, I guess that's still here.
I thought it was taken off. I really didn't know I had it. I haven't seen it in days. Or like a long time. Not days. I mean, technically days, but like
I have many OCs.
many months.
I have so many OCs. I had a bad OC when I first got the Homestuck. And she was a fuchsia blood with 2 houses. She killed Kanaya for killing Eridan. Because I had a weird thing where I was obsessed with Eridan. Oh, someone has the Cosplay Knight of Heart.
Oh, that's for me.
I'm a Mage of Light. KW's here.
Yeah,
I'm,
here
uh,
now.
I was a. What was it? It's whatever the fuck Dirk is, but then
Prince of Heart.
no, then it wasn't that. It was hard, but
Okay.
I had funny pants. But I mean, Dirk has funny pants. Too. So,
Are
I
you a
don't
Page
know.
of Heart?
Are you a page of
I
heart?
think it was Mage.
Mage.
Okay.
You
Same
are kind of
class. You are kind of a captor, like.
same
Yeah,
class.
we have the same class. We're both heart
It
players.
was like a fabulous.
No, you have the
outfit.
same aspect.
It
We
had
have the same
tails.
class.
It
Oh,
had, like,
that's
tails.
interesting.
Where it's got
Okay,
kind of like the
okay,
tails.
yeah. I
Unless
was
the
like,
tails are coming off the hood, then that's the witch.
No, I was not witch. I would have remembered that. I would have been like, wow.
I'm the Jade Harley of Heart.
I just wanted to cosplay because I was like, damn, I look fabulous.
It's my
Wait, did somebody ask like what who we date?
Someone asked if we date Creeper Nepeta.
Yeah,
What's Griffin?
I don't know what. I didn't know what they were talking about, so I didn't read it.
But who we would date?
Yeah, someone
Yeah.
asked if Homestuck were real, who would we date in Homestuck?
Who would you date?
Roxy.
All right.
Okay.
That girl.
Oh, Silly Kitty's really happy to the Knight of Heart. Oh, it's like a Stalker Nepeta. No, I'm sorry, Stalker Nepeta.
Stalkers aren't fun.
No. Also,
I
I'm already
have
dating
one, so-
KK.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make some coffee.
Oh, no.
Here. I'll move here. And then we.
We can be cute together. And
So,
you can be third wheeled on the far end.
I'm so.
We didn't want to take over your stream. That's why we sat apart. Yo,
It's fine. I have enough lights.
Matuna Captor says, wait, I just got here. Who's who?
this
Hi,
is KK.
I'm KK.
I'm Lyric.
And KW is in the kitchen making coffee.
You can also call me Dave, but there's like a lot of Daves in chat, so maybe if you do that,
Yeah.
I won't realize you're talking to me.
There's probably some questions up in the chat. I can
Probably. Guys, you can send questions. We're actually getting a lot of.
Yeah.
And the third wheel fell off the wagon.
Have you seen the new gay lover animation?
I have not.
I have not, no.
No, it's in a heartbeat.
Oh,
Oh,
in
I've
a
been asked
heartbeat?
this 30 million times, so yeah, in a heartbeat.
Oh, I love In a
In a
Heartbeat.
Heartbeat's really cute.
Also, I didn't think about Dirk Jake at all because I don't think about Dirk Jake.
We don't like to think about it.
I think about Dirk John a lot because that's what people on my Tumblr reblog a lot. And I'm just like, okay, I guess my brother can fuck my best friend if that's what he wants.
Lantana, I'll write down Sky Apocalypse on my phone.
Oh, someone said they love your hair.
Hey, thanks. It's wig hair right now.
I've played Bendy in the Ink Machine. I don't know if anyone else has. I liked it. It was pretty good.
You explained it to me.
I did explain it to you.
I don't remember anything about it. Sorry.
It's like retro animation is come to life and it's attacking you.
How does one spell Skya?
S-K-A-I-A.
S-K-A-I-A.
Where do you think you would go if you died? Heaven, hell, or would you be a ghost?
I'd be a ghost.
I want to fuck Satan.
All right, go fuck your cactus.
That's true. Their name is Little Satan.
Wait, which daddy would we date? Like from Dream Daddy? Because I'm all over Matt's dick.
Matt.
Damien.
He mentions Tegan and Sarah. How can I not love him?
I love
Oh,
the extra,
Damien and Matt.
I love the extra baby boy. He's so extra.
See, Damien is trans, and I relate to that.
How did we meet? The internet.
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 I read your fan fiction.
That's not how we met, but that's true.
You don't.
I can read your mind. I do not need these children going and finding that.
We don't know if all of them are children.
There's a Dave Cat fan fiction called Night and Bloody Arms. Night and Bloody Arms.
Stop, please.
I have arms. That's what I tell him.
Go to bed.
Go to sleep.
What cosplays have y'all done? Man, did I really just say y'all? Well, that's the thing I did. I feel horror short stories. I feel that.
We're in Oklahoma right now. We understand the y'alls. I don't understand the y'alls.
I understand the y'alls. I'm a Dave. We were several hours away from KW.
What cosplays do we do? I do Carcat. I do Sapphire. I do Kevin. Should I say what these things are from? You all know what Carcat's from, I'm sure.
No.
Sapphire from Steven Universe, Kevin from Welcome to Night Vale, Karapika from Hunter x Hunter.
So I thought you were gonna say Pico.
What?
Nothing.
What else do I do? I do more than that. I have a steampunk cosplay. I have a Rave Cat Carcat cosplay.
That makes your butt look amazing.
I have a Broadway Carcat cosplay.
That makes your butt sparkle.
I have done Cecil from Welcome to Night Vale. I did Nepeta, but that's long gone. I think that's all my current cosplays.
I do Dave, obviously. I did Ruby for the last convention that I kind of have to remake parts of. I do Cecil. I mentioned that I did a Freddy Fazbear. I did that once, and it was bad.
You've done Sans.
I did Sans once. No, I did Sans like twice. It was bad. I've done a Link cosplay. And I did Pikachu wearing an Attack on Titan little, like, what's it called? Cape thing.
What are all your cosplays, Kay?
Too many to list. Way too many to list. I always made like 5 a year and maybe more sometimes. So add that to like 10 years ago. Oh.
Someone asked if you have any wig cutting and styling tips.
Yeah.
We do have them.
That depends what you want here.
It really does.
Really.
The styling though got to be going to some lifesaver
Yeah.
for the anime hair.
Mm-hmm.
You want to defy that gravity, you defy that gravity. You defy it and you defile it. I mean,
I'd say what I did, but like,
I just wrote something in the chat. Gamzee.
all right, Okay.
You keep doing you, buddy.
You-
You
yeah.
keep doing you. I bet it's just his head.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Wow.
Why else would you?
Way to hurt my Gansy.
Oh.
Emmy says to keep her 13 or 13. Just 13.
No, PG-13.
Yeah, I know. I said it wrong.
Oh.
And I'm just
Oh.
saying to myself, wow, how could you? And when wig style cutting tips, I'd say like there are videos on YouTube of how to like cut hair in different styles. And I used that for my first like cutting a wig because you can like kind of learn like how to do certain things from those videos.
Someone asked if we knew what colors our souls are, and for a matter of fact, know that mine is largely a sort of grayed out purple.
Mine is a sunny yellow like the sun.
How do people know these things?
Jade's mom can read auras.
Yeah.
So she read our auras, and
I'm
told us
just
what
the
colors-
void, I guess.
All right.
All right.
Black void.
I think they said not to say black, but honestly,
The void.
you don't know. So
Why are there
There's
so
no
many?
color in the void.
Why are there so many questions directed at me?
yeah, suddenly you've become the highlight.
People are curious.
What's my fave Undertale AU? I don't really know many AUs, but I do absolutely love Undertale.
You that because you mentioned Sans Undertale, because I'm the one who cosplayed
Yeah.
Sans Undertale.
So
And
do you
also
know an AU?
that I think was actually supposed to go to you, that whole question.
I actually looked at Inktail Sans and I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if I'd ever cosplay it, but if I was ever going to do Sans again, I would do Inktail Sans.
Have we heard of the Penumbra podcast? I have not.
I have not.
The what?
Penumbra podcast.
Nope, I don't really listen to too many podcasts. I got like
Yeah, I've got to.
there was a guy that I was supposed to listen to his podcast, but then he never uploaded it. One episode. One.
Why are you doing this to me?
I'm not gonna censor.
Okay.
One.
KK is for some reason embarrassed to let all of these people know what their fanfiction is called.
How many people are in the chat right now?
Let's see. 31.
31.
Someone to say like your color of blue shirt.
It's a very nice blue.
Thank you. I've had it forever. It used to be long sleeve.
Can I say? Because there are a lot of people who said they like Dave Cat. Alright. KK's Dave Cat fanfiction, which was one of the few fanfictions that I've commented on because I liked it so much, and I also read it at 2:30 in the morning. It's called Knight in Bloody Armor, and I would highly recommend it if you do read fanfiction.
Somebody's asking what are our favorite fanfics.
Knight in Bloody Armor.
Real men wear tights.
John Cat.
I like John Cat too.
I read Dave Cat.
I haven't read fanfiction in like over 7 or 8 years, so I don't know.
He stays out of the hellhole somehow.
I wrote fanfic. I didn't like read too much of it.
I used to write fanfiction.
I was a virgin. Don't write porn when you're a virgin.
KW was apparently born in the blue flannel.
It's not flannel.
It's not,
actually.
no. It's
It's actually like regular cloth.
Regular.
I don't know what you call it. It's cotton. No,
it's probably a
Yeah.
50 cotton, 50 polyester blend.
probably a lot of polyester because I'm tacky.
Okay, well,
You're gonna go to hell for blending your fabrics.
I know, right? Oh man.
Favorite alpha troll? Oh,
Matuna.
Yeah.
Knight in Bloody Armor is a fan fiction on Archive of Our Own. Do I need glasses? Yes.
Someone says any tips for surviving senior year of high school because they're really stressed.
No one else got to say what else their favorite Alpha Troll was.
Well, mine's the two.
We both agreed.
It was the Alpha Trolls too much.
What's wrong with my
What is wrong with the tuna?
Okay, you know what? I don't like them so much that I have a direct favorite, but I do like Porum and I do like Matuna. Matula's cool too.
Porum's good.
Matula,
Wait.
yeah.
And Carlos is pretty cool.
Kankry can go shove his face in a bucket.
Really?
He's a brat.
God, he needs it too. He has to wake up and smell the fucking everything.
That's all he needs.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
smell the fucking.
Okay, surviving your senior year of high school.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was homeschooled.
I nearly flunked out of my senior year of high school.
Really make sure that you study. I senior year I really like kind of cracked down and like studied because I had a lot of AP exams coming up. Just really stay on that. Try to not let the stress get to you. I kept a day planner to
I should have done that.
yeah, to kind of schedule out like when I wanted to do things. And giving yourself small rewards for doing like assignments is good. Like I would
sticker chart.
sticker charts are great.
I got that when I was potty training. It helps.
Awesome kitty time. Yes, I do need glasses. I just don't go to the eye doctor to get them.
I really like Reese's, and so I had a bag of Reese's, and every time I completed an assignment, I would eat a Reese's. Do any of y'all have Discord? I really want to know. If you don't, please get one. I have
I
one. I'm
do have a Discord.
not comfortable sharing it with people that I'm not familiar with, though.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I'll have one.
I mean, if you go on enough servers, you might eventually like. There's a specific kind of server that I join a lot. If you go on enough of those, you might find me. Like,
There's a possibility you're on one if he runs.
But if any of you are Homestuck artists who want to share your art with other artists on Discord, I moderate on a Discord called Artstuck server, and there's a Tumblr that's just artstuck.tumblr.com. And you could apply to be a member, and I'm in that one.
Someone asked Sam. I read that. I tried to remember. Sam asks us our pronouns because they want to be respectful of us. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I am a demigirl, so
And he, him, his.
Same.
Vaguely putting my makeup in. Same pronouns. Someone asked about our Pokemon Go teams and levels. You with your instinct
Yeah.
hat right there.
Yeah. And freaking, what are you, like 29 or something?
We have one of each
28.
team.
Which was weak anymore. Like there was a grandma who like kicked my ass in levels. I was
Right.
like, damn.
I'm
bitch,
weak in
is
levels
this
too.
what retirement is like? You can just like play this as a full-time life. And she was like, yeah. What? More power to you. I wish I was old.
I'm Team Mystic. We have all the teams.
We do.
Oh
I
my
pointed
God.
that out like 30 seconds ago. I'm Team Valor. I'm really low level because for a long time I had to delete it off of my phone because I didn't have storage for shit. So I'm like level 16.
So you paint your germs with the blood of your enemies.
Yes,
And since you're mystic, what do they say that they do?
they're smart.
We are intelligent.
Well, yeah, but like why it's blue? They paint it with blue of something. Somebody probably
The
knows.
tears of their enemies.
They're tears of their enemies.
Oh, cool.
And you
And
paint
then-
it with the piss of your enemies.
I mark my territory with my paint. Do I still have the sticker chart? No. I think my parents still do though. They were really proud when I posted.
Silly kitty. I like how KK and Dave just kind of get all the questions.
I always do live streams, so like yes, ask them please. Like they're only here for
Also, they have to go
Not
spy.
everyone.
Yeah.
We are not going. They're going. They're
No, we're
Yeah,
still
they're
here.
they're going.
Yeah, we're only here for today and tomorrow, and I doubt we'll live stream tomorrow.
Someone asked you what the cut says.
Can I read it? I'm not gonna read it out loud. Can I just read it?
I really want to know.
I'll read it out loud in a minute.
That's great.
It's my favorite mug. Well, one of my favorite mugs. It says, "Good friends are like bras, supportive, never leave you hanging, make you feel good, and are always close to your heart."
Amy asked what our favorite soap scents are.
Man, I always use the manly smelling ones, and they all smell the same.
No, they don't. So you mean spicy, musky? What are you meaning? There are all sorts of different.
There are a few different ones, but whatever the hell the fucking
He
Old
goes.
Spice, the
Spice.
blue one with the wolves on it, that's the one I use.
He goes for more kind of on the eucalyptus kind of oceany scents.
Ocean Man, take me by the hand. I'm gonna go get more water.
I like really herbal smelling soaps. What about you?
I like eucalyptus and stuff too, but like I would have to say rose, but like a good rose, like one that actually smells like a fucking rose, and not like a lot of them smell nasty. Because if it smells like rose, I imagine that's what Shusukiyama smells like.
A lot of rose
All
scented
right.
things are really artificial, so they don't smell that great.
Mm.
Also, someone asked us for our pronouns again.
Oh, they, them, theirs.
He, him.
He, him. He's drinking.
Fake friends are like Walmart bras, cheap as hell and probably gonna let you down randomly in public.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Cheap ass ball. Cheap ass friends. Well, if they're cheap friends, sometimes that's nice, but no.
Oh,
Fake friends.
someone thanked us for doing a lot of late night live streams because it helps them sleep.
Oh.
You
I'm glad I can put somebody. to sleep.
Kobayashi. You Kobayashi.
Can't even put a baby to sleep. Something that somebody to sleep. How though? I'm loud sometimes.
Deathwish asks, who's our favorite horror movie killer?
The Babadook.
The Babadook is a gay icon.
I don't think the Babadook actually kills anyone.
Well, the mom kills the dog.
That's true, and she did it because the Babadook.
Yeah,
So
no. Okay, so whenever I was watching the Babadook,
Mm-hmm.
the person who recommended it to me and they were watching it with me, they had already seen it, and I was like, "Oh, puppy," and they were like, "No, fuck that dog, fuck that dog." And I'm like, "What?" And they
Wow.
were like, "Don't get attached. Just say fuck that dog every time you see that dog." So I
okay.
was like, "Fuck that dog."
I
And when the
mean-
dog dies, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck that dog." I'm glad I didn't get attached. I would cry.
Someone asked what our favorite animes are.
I like My Hero Academia and Hunter x Hunter.
My favorite of all time will probably be Hunter x Hunter. But I also am really Yuri on Ice.
Yuri on Ice is another. I
So
love
nice.
ones that have like really smooth animation. I know a
Same.
lot of people like to point out like the background characters in Yuri on Ice don't look that great, but when you get them out on the fucking ice and they're skating around, it looks gorgeous and you can fight me.
And Hunter x Hunter is smooth animation like the whole time.
Boku no Hero Academia also really smooth animation.
Yeah. What about you? Favorite anime?
Loveless.
Loveless.
I love Loveless.
Someone asked for tips on avoiding high school drama.
I was homeschooled, so I couldn't avoid it. It was between me and myself, and I.
A small group of friends is a lot better than a big one. People who you actually trust, even if it's one person. And really, there's no way to avoid it, but just have things roll off your shoulders. Don't take what anyone says literally. Remember that at max, you're not gonna see them in another 4 years.
And you're gonna be more successful than they are. Just try
Like,
to
yeah.
remind yourself of that. Like I'm
Yeah.
going to be at the high school reunion. You're gonna be bowing down to me.
And like with a lot of drama, like try not to get it from one source and then always like stick with that source.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if there's like within a friend group type drama, because there was a lot of drama surrounding this prom dress that two of my friends were discussing, and I like got the story on both of their sides, and I'm like, oh, this sounds just ridiculous. Like, you guys need to talk.
What? Over prom dress?
Yeah, it was over the color of the prom dress.
Children.
I
There are
know.
more important things in this world.
And at the end of the day, you just kind of need to like just let it roll off your back and just be like, you know what?
If
I
somebody
don't even
shows-
need the drama. I want to avoid it, and you can just be like,
if somebody shows up to prom in the exact same dress, like, just go, I like your style.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
your style too. We got good taste. You got good taste. Like, yeah. Because, I mean, here's the deal. Girls get all picky about that.
I know there's some questions.
As a
that are
guy,
gonna go up on your phone.
Like,
I-
men don't care. We all, our suits pretty much almost always look the same. Unless we're like on the red carpet and somehow can have like tons of elaborate ones. Except some guys I have seen, they show up with like the nice gaudy suits just because
Okay.
everybody looks the same.
There was a blue one that I saw on the red carpet. I have no clue who it was, but he had a blue suit with silver like filigree all over it, and I was like, oh damn, yes.
Wow.
Someone asked us.
About our favorite Hunter x Hunter characters.
Yeah. It's a tie between these two precious beings. I love them. That is Kira and Luca, and they are adorable. And
I like Kirawa and Aluka and Kurapika. Those are my favorites.
And Albert says, what musicals would you recommend? I would recommend. I love Wicked. Oh God, I can't. Next to Normal. That's a really good musical. Avenue Q is really like a funny musical, and Hamilton's like a really good like if you want something that's gonna like make you feel things, but also kind of give you a history lesson. So,
Would you recommend It/Them?
no, not really.
Okay, I know you talked about it, but I don't know if you'd actually recommend
It
it.
was starring Idina Menzel, and I love Idina Menzel, but it wasn't like the best musical ever. Those are some of my favorites that I just named.
Okay, someone asked you what you would do for a Klondike bar.
I don't. Nothing.
You don't like Klondike bars?
I like them. It's just, I don't eat chocolate anymore.
Guys, we never got froyo.
Yeah, we're sham.
I don't know why the Klondike bar made me think of that, but we never got froyo. We said we were gonna do that.
No, I'm sad.
I'm so sorry.
Throw you after the aquarium tomorrow.
I mean, we'll see what time we get back, and if you guys need to head on home, we'll see.
Alright, we need to leave here by like 6 so that KK doesn't get too tired.
Yeah.
Alright,
driving back.
we'll see whenever we get done at the aquarium.
Okay. KK, someone asked if you've played Mystic Messenger, which I don't believe you have.
I don't play mini games. My brother was kind of an asshole and never let me play video games.
I think
as
this
a
one's
kid.
an app.
Well,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like an app dating sim, I think is what it is. We once encountered someone cosplaying someone from Mystic Messenger, and you thought they were from Oran High School Host Club.
Cool. Don't remember that, but cool.
Which is how I knew. I was pretty sure you.
Okay, what would you do shoe for a Klondike bar? A regular candy bar or free?
What?
Would you do Shu Tsukiyama for a Klondike bar?
do Shuzuyama for anything. I don't need a bribe to be with you.
Someone asked tips for applying for a job.
I've applied to so many, and don't ask me because my track record looks like shit. I got so many in the bank.
I've applied for a lot of jobs, and I got 2 interviews.
Be persistent. So, like, give them a call back after, like, if they haven't called you back in like a week, just be like, hey, Just wanted to know if you got that application. Did you get that application? But then don't be too pushy, because sometimes then it'll make you seem like they'll be like, they annoy me.
We're throwing this person's application in the shredder. Some places will email you back just to tell you that they're not hiring you. Thank you, Target.
Calling that bitch out.
Most places won't contact you if they're not gonna hire you.
How far away? Nobody calls them back.
When I went in for
Call me, bitches.
my
Oh,
first
God.
interview, I went in, I was really nervous, but it helps if you have someone you can talk to beforehand who can ask you like questions that you might be asked in the interview, who can tell you like these are the questions you should ask back. So I feel like you might be better equipped to talk about it.
I mean, maybe all of my jobs that I've had, I've gotten through knowing someone.
Yeah, I got my current job because my mom knows a guy who used to work there. And then he talked to the manager like, hey, one of my friend's kids needs a job. Will you want to hire him? And then manager was like, they need to put in an application. And I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I can do that. Oh my god. Excuse me.
Live television.
That's beautiful. Yeah, all of my jobs I've gotten through knowing someone. Now, one of them, it was that I hated working there, but my
I know what you're about to talk about.
the lady that I babysit for, she is the one who recommended me, and that's like the only reason they looked at my resume. But like interview-wise, I have theater experience, and so
You're just used to talking in front of people.
yeah, I think of the three of us, I have the least fear talking to others, just like going up and saying something. Maybe.
I'm great in interviews. Everybody
Yeah.
loves me in interviews. If they will get
Yeah,
to
me
the
too.
interview stage, I've always got the job.
Yeah.
Application, I look bad. Interview, I look great.
Yeah.
Do any of us
Working,
have any
I always
experience with
am
resumes?
great.
Uh,
Because I don't. I've literally only ever done applications. The last
was-
time I made a resume, I was in the 8th grade, and
At school, they made me make a resume. I got a lot
I'm a
of
year out of
hands
high school. It took
I-
me that long to realize how long I've been out of high school.
I actually found a template for a resume and just kind of filled it out.
online resumes.
Yeah, I was gonna build one of those. Kroger, if you apply to your local Kroger, they'll want your resume.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell, Kroger.
Is that like an Arkansas thing? Okay.
This is in Oklahoma where I am.
Someone asked if anyone is pansexual. I'm pansexual.
Pansexual. Straight, unless it's shoe. Yeah, sorry. Sexual wise. Romantically.
Romantic, Demi.
Fair.
I know there was another
Demi and
question.
sexual, I guess, kind of Demi too. I don't know.
I know there were other questions that have been
Demi is
asked, but
sexual.
they're probably scrolling up.
I know.
It's so hard to like get questions on the computer. We always have to go back to the phone.
Yeah, because it like scrolls so fast.
Hey, pansexuals. You're fantastic.
I would be with you. Straight with you.
Oh, someone's got to go to bed. Bye. I'm just calling out whenever someone says they have to go so that they can get a bye. I feel sorry. It feels bad if I missed anyone though.
I saw someone and Kay was talking and I didn't want to interrupt him because I am a good bean.
That's all.
Getting a job in high school. I didn't have a job in high school.
I lifeguarded, but that was always in the summertime. So I never. Yeah.
Time, job, sadness.
But like if your school has like a JAG program, then you can get a it's where you get off part of your school day and then you go to work. so that you can get in work hours that won't affect your ability to do homework at home at a decent hour.
Right.
And you get paid and all that.
It's generally you get like your last or
For us, it was, well, JAG was 3 periods, but 1 period.
periods.
You couldn't remember what they were called. For my high school, JAG was 3 periods, but the first one you stayed in school, and then the
You only have 3 periods.
no, we had 7.
We had 8.
JAG was the last 3 periods of the day. The first one you stayed at school, and the last 2 you went to work.
Hannah Vermillion has apparently asked this question multiple times, and I feel bad for not seeing it.
Me too.
What should I do if all my friends get asked to homecoming and I don't?
Homecoming does not matter that much.
And you can go solo.
Yeah, and I mean,
Go stag. It's
homecoming
friends.
is one of those things
Or
that
your
most high
dad.
schools you can go to all 4 years of high school, and
Mm-hmm.
even if it's your senior year, it doesn't matter that much. No one cares about homecoming that much.
yeah.
Like, the game is really where it's at for a lot of people, and even then, if you're not interested in
Lost the
football.
And if you want to make
No!
why did you do that?
Because I'm old. Okay.
God, my streak was like 3 years too.
No, it wasn't. I've ruined it for you. We've only been dating a year. So.
That's right. My streak was closer to a year.
Your streak was probably ACA when we lost the game thanks to Pharaoh.
It was.
But
Like, homecoming is not that big of a deal. If
Yeah.
you feel bad that all your friends have been asked and you haven't, really, it's not anything, about your personal worth or anything like
Mhm.
that.
It
It's
just means you're too cool.
yeah, you're
Like,
too
people
cool,
are too-
honestly.
Like, you're too cool that
They're too
scared
intimidated to
like,
talk to you.
approach you and ask you.
also you can always be funny like my friends and bring a bag of dates and be like, this is my date.
It's like, come back
You could
here.
always
Why didn't I do that?
You could always go the route of, I think, Holly Conrad, Commander Holly, if anyone watches her. I think she took a cardboard cutout of Legolas to either prom or homecoming with her. And you know what? You can go that route.
Hella. Which one of you 3 are okay with wearing a big pink puffy dress like a lovely lady princess?
No. See, I want to be a man, and I like manly things. Except I don't.
I'll work that damn dress, okay?
Yeah. If you want to see a man work that dress, you can have Kay do it. I don't pass as it is as a dude, so I'd rather not.
Oh God. Oh God.
I need to leave now.
Thank
Someone
you so
read
much.
your
I really
fan-
appreciate it, but I need to leave now.
You're contained here. Someone, Mondo Cosplay asked you, Kay, if you remember them from the cosplay amino.
I never remember using those. My apologies.
Sam asks, how do I avoid fuckboys? Oh no, it's scrolled up.
Oof, fuck boys.
Oof, ow. Can anyone avoid fuckboys?
No, they're kind of like a constant. Like, most white boys you're going to come across are fuck boys.
Just be like, swerve. Get out of my way, bitch. You a thought?
Ooh, bitch. Get
Yeah.
out of the way. Get out of the way. Bitch, get out of the way.
Apparently you followed them on it. But Cosplay Amino, well, not just Cosplay Amino, but Amino will, like, as you go into new, like, subsets, it'll, like, as you click through it, it'll have you randomly follow, like, 20 people.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So-
no, like, I would follow every single person back for a long time. Like, everybody who followed us, I followed that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That was
Oh.
many years. I haven't used
Oh.
it in a long time.
Do you know if you know that she's like open to dating others? Like if she's not straight, then absolutely go for it. If you're not sure, then maybe kind of like bring up your sexuality around her and
Yeah.
see if
You
she's
kind of
like,
gotta test the waters in that situation.
yeah,
Also, it's totally cool to be turning 12 and not have a crush yet. It's whatever.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
At 12, you shouldn't have crushes. That's just my motto. I'm like, no, if you're a baby, you don't need. And like, 12 to me is like, you need to worry about you. Have a crush on you.
Mondo cosplay. I'm casually cosplaying while doing this, so I hope someone else out there is casually cosplaying while watching.
Yes.
But yeah, if you're 12 and you haven't had a crush yet, it's fine.
It'll happen.
Sarah, also known as Gamsey, wants to know if they can hug you.
I don't hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Kay doesn't do like people.
He does internet hugs.
No. Internet hug.
Woo, internet hugs.
Kay is kind of like about touching, so notice how I'm like making sure that I'm not touching him.
Yeah, earlier when Kay was over here, I was like, there were visible inches between us, and I was like, I don't want to make him.
I'm sorry I fell over on your lap, by the way. There was lots of emotion happening.
It's, I don't know though. I've barely talked to her, and it's like that weird across the class crush that I can't stop looking at her. And she smiles at me and just, oh, I know that feeling. Oof, I have been there.
I just talk to her.
Do
and
kids
kinda-
still like slip notes in class?
Mhm.
So like,
I mean,
it's,
barely.
are you gay? Check yes or no.
Yeah, test the waters, talk to her. Like, if you haven't talked to her, then really try to talk to her and just kind of see if she might be interested.
As shitty as it sounds, you when you're like crushing on someone, even if it's like across the classroom, you still kind of like gotta talk to them.
Yeah.
Like I had a crush on this girl in my sophomore year, and she was adorable. And so I just kind of like for the first 3 weeks, I didn't say anything to her, but then I like tried to make casual discussion about the class assignments, and then I befriended her, and then she was straight, and she had a crush on my gay friend who was a dude.
If she turns out to be straight, then respect
Lose
that.
lose for everybody.
Yeah. Respect her if she's straight, because you don't want to be that predatory gay, because predatory gay. Because there are predatory gays out there that make people uncomfortable, and then they make the LGBT community who's like, we're not like that, and they make them really uncomfortable too.
Right.
I'm glad you guys are here because I never have had a crush. I'm glad you guys are here.
You had your previous partner, and that was it.
Yeah, but like I didn't get crushed. It was just like, oh, now I'm in love, and then it was like, oh well, that was they love me back immediately. So
Someone,
There was no, like,
KW, is it bad that I'm 20 and I'm flush for you?
sorry. I feel bad. You
I
don't
guess
want this
everyone's
hot
sharing
mess.
their ages,
You don't
because
want
I've
this
seen
hot
two
mess.
people say that I'm 15.
Gamsy's flippy flopping around.
Yeah,
Gamsy's like 20
I
and
think
then 15.
Gamsey might have been correcting the number there.
I'm going now.
I don't know. Whatever you were doing, Gamsey. There's a lot of
We never
numbers.
know with Gamsy.
I dub KW the lovely lady. Manliness goes to the one on the left. I'm Lyric.
I'm a lovely lady.
Yeah, and I'm the manly.
What am I?
You're the demi girl who's having an Andrew day.
Yeah.
And I love
Andrew.
you.
I love you too.
I have not personally encountered a predatory gay who said that they would make me gay, but I have encountered this predatory straight man who was like, I can turn lesbians bisexual. And I told him I was a lesbian because I wasn't out as a trans dude yet.
I had a therapist ask me what man turned me gay. That was fun.
Like, you have to be hurt to be gay, apparently.
A therapist, yeah. Yeah. That was
Because you're in Arkansas.
yeah. Yeah.
Conservative places suck.
Would it not have happened here too?
It did, but like, well, it was more along the lines of everybody thinks you're gay, and we're gonna fix this because I'm Catholic, and we can fix this. And I was like, I'm not Catholic, and
Catholics.
I'm not gay. But you seem gay. I was like, thanks.
A man
I
in
don't
touch
know
with his
what
feminine
that
side is
means.
obviously some kind of homosexual. You're like, I cosplay girls, and
Oh, well, that was
This
way
is-
before
oh,
cosplay.
okay, cool.
I
What would
was a little
KW
bitty.
do if Gamsey came into real life and kissed him on the lips?
I already had that happen. And a tug. Just like a twig.
Oof.
It's already kind of happened. And it was
You know
not
what?
a pleasant experience.
I had my first
Gamzey's
boyfriend
not
just
good.
bouncing off of your Gamsey tongue kiss. My first boyfriend, when he went to kiss me, licked my face. See, like straight white boys
Normally,
don't know
they
what
were
they're
an
doing.
amazing kisser. And Gamzey, nope, bad.
I said straight white boys. My first boyfriend wasn't white. Straight boys in general don't know what they're doing sometimes.
It's like lick space. Whoa.
Are Homestuck cosplays dying? Should I face the facts? Yeah, they're definitely down from like 2012 to 2014. But when you meet like a Homestuck cosplayer who's still doing it in 2017, you kind of form
People
this
aren't doing
friendship.
it anymore.
No, everyone in the world stopped having sex. Didn't you
Dude,
know that millennials stopped
2016
killing the
really
sex
did
industry?
ruin everything.
Millennials stopped the sex industry, and we are all unable to afford houses because we eat avocado on toast. Emmy asks
I
you,
would
what are
die.
you drinking? It's just water. Slightly peach flavored. Oh no, I've actually gotten a new cup of water since then.
Never mind. Okay, I'm dumb.
Also, you did spell it right. It's in the description for anyone who didn't know. I tried to tackle a guy once because he kept trying to tell me that he would make me straight.
Oh,
I will never
Damn.
understand people. who
I
think they can
had-
do that.
No, wait, I have technically encountered one of those gays TM. There was this gay boy in middle school who would walk up to the girls and touch their boobs because he's like, I'm gay, so this doesn't matter. And I'm like, yeah.
I wish I were queer. Do you know that song? Does anybody know that song?
The first
No, I
boyfriend I
don't, but
had
that
kissed me
sounds
like
nice.
it was kissing a
So
dog.
I
Not
could kiss chicks, dig
Oh.
guys that are queer, guys that don't dig chicks.
the first boyfriend I had kissed me like it was kissing a dog. Sarah, relatable.
Yeah, sometimes first kisses for people.
It was not his first
get
kiss.
so-
He gloated about it.
Ew, somebody else got in me like that.
Apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had to. I tried to train somebody. That didn't work out. So I was very thankful that the next person I was with was incredible. Except for Nancy.
I asked a girl to dance. I made a big gesture, bought her roses, her ticket, got her friends to help with the sign. She said I traumatized her. Oof. Oof.
KW, Biz, cute and all fab. Me, why are you so cute? Squeeze like I'm 5, I'm 17. All right.
The only time she talked to me today in class, mint Oreos, is she practically yelled, "You bought mint Oreos?"
Oh, that's cute.
That is really cute. Oreos.
We're having just like this discovery of Hannah Vermillion's like love life. We're just unlocking more and more.
That
of
used
the
to be my
secrets.
code word for Yowie.
What?
Was mint Oreos.
Wow.
Like there was somebody that I would share Yowie with, and then like our code
Here are
word on
your
the
mint
pho-
Oreos.
well, our code word over the phone was like, "Is it minty or extra minty Oreos?" Like, if we would share fanfics or anything.
Am I the only one who had an okay first kiss?
No, my first kiss was okay.
Mine wasn't.
Mine was disgusting.
My first kiss was stolen from me.
Mine was in a church under a rainbow umbrella.
I ship Hannah and whoever. I hope Hannah gets the girl.
Me too. I really do.
Swerve potato. My first kiss was stolen too, so it's okay. And it was the most gross thing. And then the whole time with that person, like they never learned how to kiss.
Nude.
And I was like, am I a bad teacher? Can I not teach the kisses? And then I met somebody who was like, you're a fabulous kisser. And I'm like, you are too.
A girl who gets excited over Oreos is a girl to keep, damn it. I
Mhm.
agree.
Same.
Or, any other gender. Because, sometimes gender. What's a gender?
I don't know. That's I try.
I had my first kiss during a real life Dick roleplay. Do I know you?
Yeah, I
You know
dated
you?
my first girlfriend. We kissed
Look,
once.
there's someone that
but
I
we had
know
a
that I
spit
think
string, and we never kissed again. You had the Yowie spit string.
The
You
Yowie
had the Yowie spit string.
Ugh.
I had a kiss that was really gross.
Oh,
The
you know
person
what?
was sick, and they had a snot string that went between us, and I
Oh.
gagged. And I was
Oh.
like, why would you kiss me?
Oh.
It wasn't.
Mint Oreos are my favorite, but I wasn't allowed to have food in my class, so I had to shove them back in my bag.
How do you know? How do you think you know them?
Real life Dirt Jake roleplay?
There's a person that I know that I'm pretty sure their first kiss was in Dirt Jake.
All right.
You know them too.
Wait, is it one of the people we went to with last con?
Mhm.
Oh,
Ask them what con they've been to.
Yeah. Well, they should recognize us.
yeah.
They know our faces.
They have met us in person.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I can't tell.
No, they've seen
no,
this
they
face.
Oh.
yeah, we were out of cosplay at a cat cafe.
Yeah.
At a
Also,
cat
we
cafe.
were out of cosplay in the
Yeah.
hotel rooms.
You guys have cat cafes in Arkansas?
We have
Yeah.
one.
I
There's
need to go
one.
to fucking Arkansas.
Yeah, it's in Rogers.
Join us at our next convention. Come to our next convention and we'll go to
Oh.
a cat cafe and you can pet all the kitties.
Someone said you have been the highlight of my day.
Oh.
I dated her for half a year, then she dumped me. The ship sank alongside Dirt Jake.
No, then I don't know you.
Is it okay if Awesome Kitty Time sends dad jokes in the chat?
Yes, dad jokes are always
Dad,
good.
dad jokes it up. Favorite Black Rom OTP?
Yeah.
I know you're looking at me like that for a particular reason, and I don't know if we should explain that reason now, so go with something else.
Oh, okay.
Dave Gam is a good black
Aerosol.
Aerosol, Dave Gam. I feel like those are really basic answers, but I don't
Yeah.
do much black shipping.
Look, there's a not basic answer, but I've been told to not say it. So
It's a weird thing to try to explain on a live stream. Wait, some people's first kisses are okay. The girl I had my first kiss with puckered like a fish, attacked my face, and then screamed that she was breaking up with me after our 2-day epic romance.
have any of you had your friends pretend to be dating you cause a breakup, or is my friend just weird?
I have actually had somebody who I was their boyfriend magically. Because they had a guy who they had rejected and kept calling and kept calling. Like they'd never dated before or anything. It was just like, I wanna fuck you. And it was like, no thank you. And then kept calling, kept calling, kept calling. So then I had to answer the phone.
Favorite
And be like,
ancestor.
yes, I'm the boyfriend.
I'm gonna do it on that. Favorite ancestorship? Favorite ancestorship.
I didn't really get into ancestors. I really don't know.
Well, basic again. The first ship is a
Yeah.
classic. It's a classic. I didn't really get into shipping the ancestors either. And I think part of the reason why I didn't do that is because when I look at the ancestors content sometimes, I see people shipping the contest with John.
Wait,
I know. I've seen it and it's scary.
who? Poor John.
Poor John doesn't deserve
He
that.
would
I've also seen people shipping Carcat with the Condas, and Rose with the Condas, and everyone with the Condas.
I can see Roxy with condos just because like of her little way of handling things. I can see that happening, but
KW, what do you call a belt made out of a watch? A waste of time.
Someone made a joke that Aridin was a waste of time earlier. But Silas, yeah, you know what? I could see Silas.
Yeah, I can see that.
Silas is good. Okay, so my Moirail Jade doesn't know anything about the Dancestors because she skipped over that part. So you know what? If you don't tune in Latula and basically everyone around the tune in, that's about it.
like I know everybody kinda.
Why so many ships? They don't make sense these days. People will ship whatever they fucking want.
Yeah,
What do you
Even
know
if
about
they
Rufio?
shouldn't, they will.
but he is basically Rufio from the
Hook,
whatever.
the
Yeah,
movie.
Hook, there
Yeah.
you go.
Mhm.
I was like the Peter Pan movie.
The Peter Pan movie. Obviously, you've seen that because you love Peter Pan.
Yes, but then like he also gets fucked as a horse. I know that about Rufio and Homestuck.
Yes, he gets a
Not-
robot horse body.
Not in Hook.
I was just like, no.
Someone asked us if we've ever listened to the Misfits. No, no.
My uncle was into that, and I was like, anything he's into, I will never get into.
We do like Voltron, but we haven't seen season 3.
No spoilers, please.
No spoilers.
Except I have had one thing spoiled by Tumblr, and I'm like, no.
Oof, ow. Spoilers.
There's actually a cat cafe in Colorado that I grew up like with the person who now works at it, and I was like, I couldn't pick the more perfect job for you. Like, we had like 30 cats, so if that helps to make sense. Like, grew up with like 30 cats, and I was like, so I couldn't have thought of a better job for you. Working at cat cafe is absolutely perfect, but I want to go. But I haven't
Jade
gone
has
so
a
far.
lot of cats. Jade's got like 50 or more cats.
Holy shit.
They just like live in the wild and then breed and then live in the wild and then breed.
Awesome Kitty Time says, I'd like to give a shout out to all the sidewalks for keeping me off the streets.
Have any of you listened to any Broadway Carcat songs?
Time to leave. Time to leave.
Oh. Thank you. KK cosplays Broadway Carcat and
Ayy.
sings.
Should I start a cosplay channel if I'm not very good at cosplay?
I think it'd be a great way to show your development.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you guys have a Snapchat? I could keep you updated on my weird, awkward love life. Also, I want to keep talking to you guys in the future.
my phone doesn't have the storage for that.
Once again, I'm really kind of just
Snapchat is something I'd be okay with giving out, but I never used it when I had it.
yeah.
And
We could talk on Tumblr. I don't really want to talk to anyone like more personally than that until I like actually really know them.
also, I'd feel weird talking to anyone under the age of like 17, like 16. 16's okay. But like 16's a little bit pushing it. I'm 19.
Yeah.
So it's 16
I'm-
is 3 years younger than me.
I'm 20, and
I don't know if you'd really want to go like under 17, really. Like
more
maybe even,
under 18.
yeah,
I probably want to
under
say
18.
18 and above.
yeah. I say 17 because you know Jade, but then again you know her in real life, so
That's kind of different.
hat on fleek.
Thank you.
KK made
I made
that.
that.
Carcalicious.
Carcatlicious is what that says. Carcalicious definition makes her Resi loco.
She wants to know the secrets that she can't taste in my photo.
Oh, you're not even wearing that?
Oh, reasons.
I wouldn't
Still
buy
in your hat.
anything with Velcro. It's nothing but a revolver.
Amazing. If prisoners can take their own mugshots, would it be a selfie?
Oh.
Finding tips for cosplay. I'm on
GC2B binders. Yeah, I am a double D as well. Because, and like, while I'm not perfectly flat, I've also been wearing this for a long time. And yes, I will take it off when we get to our hotel room. But a GC2B binder, this is a large that I'm wearing, and it fits me pretty well. Gets me fairly flat. I still have to wear baggier shirts, but I mean, it works.
Please buy from reputable brands for binders. Don't try to make your own. Don't
Trying to make your own will make it hurt. It will be a hell binder.
Just really binding. Binding is a really like touchy thing. You really should be careful about it.
If your chest ever starts to hurt, you should take it off immediately.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to work yourself up to like a certain amount of time. Like when you first put it on, keep it on for like 2 hours or just an hour. And then you can kind of like work yourself up, get your body used to it. Try not to wear it for more than 8 hours, but if you're doing it for cosplay, so you're not doing it too often, it is okay to go a little bit over that, especially if you're at a convention. It'd be really hard to take it off after 8 hours.
Don't make a habit of that though.
Yeah, don't make a habit of that.
Also, it's more quality binders are going to be more expensive. It's definitely a place where you should, that's a good thing to spend money on. Just like quality contacts is much safer for you. Quality binders are going to be much safer for you, and binding can be a risk to your health. So get a cheap wig. It's not a risk to your health, but anything that is actually like something that can cause health problems, please go about it in the safest way you can, even if it might be the most money. Also with bindings, remember to cough every single hour, or it will help prevent fluid buildup in your lungs.
I've been forgetting to do that.
You have.
Underworks, I believe that's what the company is called, is it's like men's fitness wear or stuff like that. It's like men's compression wear. That's also good, but it's not designed specifically for transgender people,
Right.
Which GC2B binders are. I know you said you're doing it just for cosplay so that you're fine with your boobs otherwise, but GC2B binders are really good at getting rid of it. Don't double bind. Like, don't wear 2 binders. You will die.
People do that.
Yes, it's dangerous as hell. It's wearing 2 binders can give you the same effects as wearing ace bandage.
Yeah. And let me just explain why you should never, ever, ever use an ace bandage for anyone who doesn't know. Using an ace bandage, they are made to bring swelling down. And so what they do is they slowly start to constrict over time.
And like
A boa constrictor on your chest.
like when you're wearing it and you kind of like compress your chest down and you put it on, like an ace bandage will always fit to the smallest size that it's put on. So if your chest ever if you ever cave your chest in, and then the ace bandage will stay at that size, and it will actually crush your ribs because your ribs won't be able to expand back out.
And it can actually break your ribs. It's really, really, really unsafe.
It can make your ribs be shaped.
Stories.
Instead of your rib cage being nice and out like this, it'll make your rib cage go like that.
You can puncture a lung. Just FYI, heard the horror stories. They can puncture a lung.
Also, don't tape. It's any form of tape. It makes a very sturdy and strong edge, and it can seriously hurt you.
It can cut into your flesh.
It can also, if you were to fall or something, it can help break a rib because it's this very stiff thing that is up against your body.
Take a big deep breath,
Yeah.
No.
It can make you pass out.
GC2B binders are designed that you can still breathe in them, and so are the Underworks binders. Those are safe things to wear that you can still breathe in. If you've ever looked for cheap binders online, there's this big company that's like Les Love Boat. Don't ever buy their stuff because it's all Velcro or bra type hooks.
Yeah.
And that's compressing you and preventing you from breathing.
A quality binder is only going to have a panel in the front. It won't have anything in the back. The back will be some sort of stretchy material. This doesn't mean that it's not going to compress your chest. All the compression is going to come from that flat, non-stretch fabric material.
Non-stretch fabric in the front here, and then it stretches over here.
Yeah.
Examples are good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just fucked up my own binder. Don't mind me as I just doing adjustment.
Oh my god.
Ooh, ow.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, don't ace bandage and then duct tape over it.
Have you heard about the restaurant on the moon? It has great food. It's out of this world, but no atmosphere.
No dogs on the moon.
Makes me know. I love that.
I hope there are people in this who listen to Taz who would get that.
Can you get up for a moment so I can go get some water? I'm very thirsty.
Yes. Can I just take a cup from the pantry, please? That's where I got that one, because I was going to start asking about getting a cup of water, and then Kate went upstairs, and I'm like, but I'm already holding the door.
Second random question, because you guys made me a lot happier. I spent 3 months trying to name my crested gecko. I finally decided
Xerxes.
Xerxes. And
That is a really cool name. I like the name Xerxes.
I'll like it.
Is Xerxes the name of the character in the second 300 movie?
I have no idea.
Either way, it's cool and I love it. Wow. Unhappy cat. One might dare to even say grumpy.
Yeah. She's not gonna be cat.
Memes.
Second random question because you can.
And we
Y'all
already did
already
that
do
one.
that?
Yep. Crested gecko named Xerxes. What do you think of the name?
Oh yeah, that's cool. I named my cat Electra for no reason, mostly because she had like electric-looking stripes on her back.
He was the last emperor of the Persian Empire as well. Cool.
Ooh, that's awesome. Electra was the daughter of Agamemnon in Greek mythology.
My cat's name is Zelda. Your cat's name's Nepeta.
I didn't name her.
Well,
so you know.
okay, still her name.
No. And then I did name Pierre. So I'm a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
What would
Mhm.
KW do if I brought him a cake made from scratch?
I don't like cake. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I hate cake.
cursor. Oh, so tiny. Why is the cursor so tiny?
It's all tiny.
My cursor is bigger than that. I can see it.
Sarah, I like cake.
Yeah, make people
I
who
like
like
cake.
cake. Like I think, decorated cakes are pretty.
Do any of you like video games? It's so favorite system.
I'm sorry, I just wrote this joke that Awesome Kitty Time said. Why did the coffee file a police report against KW? It got mugged. But I love video games. I've been playing them my entire life. I am with Nintendo games. For a long period, I only played Xbox games, but I've always loved Nintendo games. So really, anything that Nintendo releases, I'll probably be like, here's my money.
I didn't get to play games very much as a child because my brother hogged the gaming system.
I'm giving them video games.
I really enjoy Nintendo DS and I'm enjoying Ocarina of Time a lot.
You also really like Wind Waker.
I do like Wind Waker, it's good.
We're playing the remake one on the Nintendo Wii.
What about you, video games?
I
Fun.
never really have, and if Sims counts, that's as good as I've ever
Sims is a
got.
video game.
But mostly I create characters and I don't really I don't know.
I create
I-
characters, give them money, and then watch them fuck.
Well, that's it. I make babies.
One of
Um,
my alters fucking downloaded a sex mod so you can give them penises.
I'm gonna
Where
punch
is
that boy.
I need that. Oh my god.
It's on Tumblr. It's
that
called
boy.
Wicked Whims. Wicked Whims.
People need that. I've thought about if I can figure out how to do it very well. I've thought about it like I get a better computer as well that can handle it. If anybody would like, I could start like a Sims thing where I make the characters from like any fandom and whatnot. We can have funny crossovers and all
That'd be
sorts
cool.
of things.
I'd watch that.
If
Yeah,
anybody would
same.
want to watch that, because I know Dan and Phil did that, and I don't want to rip them off, but I'm thinking like anime characters because
Okay.
that's been my life.
Dan and Phil didn't start it, and they're
No.
not the last people to do it.
See, Dan and Phil
So-
update theirs so infrequently
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like people will be like, hey, I hand stitched an air hood, like air of breath hood, not like, I don't know. When they asked who it was, I told them it was John Egbert, air of breath. And it kept scrolling away from me. Would KW be really happy if I brought him a year's supply of Dr. Pepper?
Jesus, yes.
Only if you could make sure it lasts a year and not just like drop some off at his house, because he's had like 3 root 44 Dr. Peppers
No,
Yeah.
I
today.
only had 2.
You
And
only
they
two?
gave me-
Oh yeah, one of them was a Pepsi.
They gave me a medium, and then I took a drink after I drove away, and it was a sham. They gave me Pepsi.
Is that a question you want to answer?
Okay. DC drama queen. We're not. It's a bad subject.
That's the answer.
Yeah. And there's a video about it still up, so gotta go back a little
Help
bit.
on staying in character. I was doing a short manga skit, and I just kept giggling when I got into the middle of talking. I do a lot of method acting.
See, what helps me is in the dead of night when I can't sleep, I will pace around in my living room. I will start talking in the voice of a character. I'll listen to music that reminds me of them. And it sort of just gets me comfortable being in the mindset of that character.
And it's one of those of if you're trying to film, it may not be that you're having trouble like staying in character. It might be awkward of like not knowing that situation. So like get more comfortable with like the camera, or if it's like
Yeah.
at a con, get more comfortable with just like talking to people and whatnot. Because it may just be that.
What do you get when you cross an insomniac, agnostic, with a dyslexic? Whoa.
Welcome to my world.
A man who lies awake at night, wondering whether or not there is a dog.
There is a dog. It's right over there.
I know what you did there, and I love it. I'm dyslexic, so I fully understand the dog thing.
What do you
Oh.
What do you call a pony with a sore throat? A little horse.
Here's one of my favorites. If life gives you melons, you might be dyslexic.
Any tips on how to make a bulge for a stripper car cat? Socks. You safety pin. You get like 4 socks. You like roll them up and put the 3 of them inside the one, and then you roll up the one, and then you safety pin it all together, and you stick it in your pants, and you safety pin it in your pants.
That's like wanting like a wibbly wobbly bulge.
Bad dragon.
The honest answer.
That's the honest answer. I don't know how to make a dick.
You can make a clay mold and fill it with latex.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, that might be your better option instead of spending like $80 or more on a dick.
It'd be usable.
I love the skeleton one.
Oh, a skeleton walks into a bar. He orders a beer and a mop.
God bless. I'm in love with skeletons.
Big man walked into a bra.
Hmm.
Any tips on staying serious while cosplaying? Like if you're cosplaying a character that doesn't laugh and you're trying to stay in character, I'm one giggly ass bitch. I'm really giggly too, and I do Dave, who tends to portray himself as very stoic. So you sort of just kind of like have to learn how to like contain it. Like,
Try to remember the saddest fanfic that you ever read about the character, or maybe even like a
try to
super
think about
sad
sad
song.
stuff.
Or you can do the actor method, which is if you've got nails, dig it into your palm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I keep my nails really short now because of my job, so I can't do that. But one way that I keep myself looking very stoic for Dave is I think about all the sad stuff that appeared after like Homestuck ended, where everyone was like, Carcat's not God tier, so he's going to die when Dave's like 40.
For Carcat, because he's not really giggly and I can be quite giggly, I just kind of like take all of that energy and kind of put it into my anger.
Yeah, Dave's so stoic sometimes. It's like,
yeah,
there's
so
nowhere to put it.
if you have a character that like does have energy, you can put that energy into a different emotion and like kind of work on redirecting into different emotions.
I put all my energy into smirking. A grasshopper walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, we have a drink named after you." The grasshopper says, "Really? You have a drink named Steve?"
How many apples grow on a cherry tree? None. It's not an apple tree. Oh, okay.
Anti-humor.
Okay, wait. I have a string of jokes for y'all.
Here's a classic. What do you call cheese? It's not called yours.
Nacho cheese.
Hey.
Okay.
Fanfic. Sad stuck.
So wait, how does it start? Why did Sally fall off the swing?
Why?
She had no arms. Why didn't she get back up?
She didn't have arms.
She had no legs. Why didn't anyone help her up?
Is she even real?
No, but she had no friends. Knock knock. Who's there? Not Sally.
No.
I always get in trouble because like with my mom, and I'm just like I just like want to like hold her up, like somehow hang her up, sort of thing, and start shouting letters, and people yell at me, and I'm like, she only has one leg. I need to start shouting letters at her.
Wait, what?
Hey man. I just maybe it help. I don't know.
Sam asks, "Do you guys like angst? Me and my friends bond over planning fakes where we make our favorite characters' lives hell. We bad people." No, I do that. I once wrote a very bad Harry Potter fan fiction where I made Scorpius Malfoy's life a living hell. And I also made Draco Malfoy a terrible person. But it's okay. He's implied to get better after the last book. But then I made him, like,
Why he was a bad boy.
well, he gets better because he's a little pussy boy.
I mean, I don't
Not a
know.
little pussy boy. He realizes that side of
He had a
the
moral
wizarding world.
compass.
Yeah.
Like in the sixth book when he couldn't kill Dumbledore, it's the sign of his moral compass.
I thought Dumbledore died.
There's one I can answer. Any tips on how to make the perfect slutty skirt for my stripper car cat? A friend of mine is going to cosplay as a stripper Gamsy, and we're gonna make a Gam Cat fanfic. Yeah, so my slutty car cat, aka Rave Cat, is like I really heightened the red for him and got like made him comfortable with red. But I would go for a skirt, I'd go like kind of base it off of the March Carcat and March Aridin thing, because that would be hilarious.
So the schoolgirl skirt.
Yeah, but like real short.
Yeah. Get one of
Maybe
the mini skirts, micro skirts.
That
That deal.
dog just farted. And he looked at his ass like it betrayed him.
Where would fawns go for lunch? Chick-fil-A.
W space during the stripper question.
like imagining a stripper car cat. The stripper. I don't want to imagine the stripper Gansy. Okay.
You want to see my car cat? I don't think there's a canon March car cat, at least not in the same way that March Aridin became canon in the mini stripes. But there are a couple designs for March car cat. And
There was a specifically what I'm thinking of. There was a calendar page, and it's called March Aridin because it was March Aridin was the main focus, but there
Well,
was car cat in
everyone
the
knows what.
background.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
knows about March Aridin. But if you
Car cat was in the background, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, he might have been. But if you can find that original calendar image for
Yeah.
March Aridin, then you should be able to look at that car cat.
I have a funny joke.
Ooh.
Two cannibals are eating together, and one says, "Man, your wife makes a great steak." And one goes, "Yeah, I'm really gonna miss her."
All right then.
Ooh. Why did Billy drop his ice cream on the road? Why? He was hit by a bus. Oh, damn.
I like it.
Did you
Oh
hear
no,
about the...
it was Kanaya, Jade, and Rose, and then Aridin. Okay.
Oh, well. Then what car cat are you thinking about?
I don't know.
Did you hear about the guy who invented mouth jokes? He won a Nobel Prize.
All right. All right.
Theater club, go club. Theater club, go club.
Bombs.
In sign language, this is applause. And this means ambulance. Applause. Ambulance. Applause. Ambulance.
The ultimate trust. Two cannibals giving a blowjob. Someone
That's
asked
why
about
I'm like Shu and Kaneki. I get a lot of trust.
important question. Who are these two beautiful people? I'm Lyric. My Tumblr is in the description, and
How
this
are
is
you
KK.
It's two beautiful people. Like maybe it was. No,
This is your channel.
Yeah, I feel like everyone knows who you are. Where do you go to make ice cream? Sunday school. I saw a question scrolled up a little bit that I wanted to answer, but
Saying that.
do you guys write fan fiction? Any tips on adding description? When I write original stories, I'm fine with description, but I lack fanfic area for some reason. KK writes fan fiction. Their fan fiction is called Night in Bloody Armor, and you should really read it.
How to write descriptions.
It's easiest if you have sort of the overall concept of what your
Yeah.
fan fiction is going to be about,
Mhm.
because that'll allow you to sort of stage it to include everything.
I don't even know what my description is. It's been over a year since I wrote the description. So
It's been a while.
yeah.
I don't even remember what the description
Are you
is.
gonna read it?
No. Also, if you read Night in Bloody Armor, some of my fan art's in there because when I first read it, I wanted to make fan art. And then I did, like a year later.
Why did the chicken cross the road to get to the little bitch's house? Knock knock, who's there? The chicken.
It's true, I am a little bitch. The chicken's going to the little bitch's house, and then the chicken arrives at your door. Yeah, you're the little bitch. We're going to make my friend's clothes easy to rip off, and my friend is a gay man. Any suggestions on how to give him a realistic bulge for his gamsy? I think the socks method might be your best bet because buying a packer is kind of pricey.
Yeah.
It's where you get like 4 socks. You can use 3 socks if they got like really long up the leg bit. But if listen,
I don't know the word for it, but that was funny.
Me either. But if you've got like
Are you okay?
4 ankle socks, then you like roll up 3 of them inside the one, and then you roll up the one, and then you like safety pin it all together, and you put it in your pants. And you safety pin it in your pants. You kind of have to like wiggle it around a little bit to get it to where it looks nice.
Are you doing all right? We talked about this earlier.
Yeah, everyone thinks you're having like war flashbacks in the middle of us talking about this. The description for KK's fanfiction. Can I find it? Rating, not rated. These are all the tags. I'm on chapter 3. Maybe that's why I can't find it. Give it like 3 minutes to load. This is dark as fuck. But what's the difference between a pile of dead babies and a Mercedes Benz? I don't have a Mercedes Benz in my garage. My hell. Any body paint suggestions? Final seal. Absolutely have final seal. It's best to try to avoid putting like paint on your hands because then vendors will not want you to touch their stuff. But if you can get tights that match approximately to the color of your paint, then you can like measure it out to your hand. So like you put them on like where they're over your head and you cut out like the crotch area so your head can go in it, and then you measure it out on your arm and like to the lengths of all your fingers, and you cut it out and you do a whip stitch.
You what?
You give birth.
Birth. Okay. You whip stitch for 5 hours.
Yes, you
It's
whip
great.
stitch for 5 hours.
KW, what would you do if she stood in front of you and started stripping for you?
Are you still doing any cosplays at the if so, what are you cosplaying? Do you have any cosplays at the moment? All of them. All of them.
I found an answer for what's the difference between a raven and a riding desk, because at the time of Alice in Wonderland being written, it was still like people would occasionally use feathered quills. So what's the difference between what's the difference between, is it a difference?
And then a writing desk? Yeah. The actual question doesn't have an answer when it was written.
Is it difference?
Yes. Does your not work for the word difference?
No. No, the question is, why is a raven like a riding desk?
Oh.
Yeah, they both have feathers. It's feathered quills, and ravens obviously have feathers.
Okay, so someone was asking about descriptions for fan fictions. So KK has the entire story of their fanfiction, Knight in Bloody Armor, written out. And since they have that, they can come up with the description. In a messed up version of Earth, trolls are slaves to humanity. Dave has always hated the idea of owning a troll, but when he sees one being tortured in public, he has to try and save it. He might have gotten a little bit more than he bargained for when he gets Carcat, however, and as Carcat slowly reveals his past, Dave's need to keep the trolls safe only deepens. So KK knows how the entire thing is going to go, and that's just sort of like your basic plot summary, and it's well written to kind of like draw people in.
Yeah, it's more like the basic plot summary of the first third, so I'm not like spoiling anything because there's a lot that I have planned to come. Hannah says that we should do our own cosplay channel.
Oh, well, I do have a lot of footage from the last convention we went to, like saved up, and I do plan on putting that on my channel at some point. I know my Tumblr is linked down below, but if you look up literally the exact same thing on YouTube, you'll find it eventually. It's got my face on it somewhere. You're doing all right. Okay. I'm just very concerned about you.
Same.
People are gonna start asking if you're okay again.
Yeah, shiny. She's good. Shiny like a treasure from something pirate wreck.
What does a cannibalistic man do after dumping his wife? He wipes. I saw that one earlier. That's great. More flashbacks.
Oh, you'll should come visit Salt Lake Comic Con. It's great. Oh, and my answer is they both produce notes, my lovelies.
Oh,
Um, I getting to conventions that are like out of state
is hard.
hard. Yeah.
Unless they're like on the border of a state we're next to.
Yeah.
So going up to Salt Lake City, Utah would be hard.
Yeah. I wanted to come to Tokyo and Tulsa, but ended up having to work.
Yeah.
But
And you didn't really have the funds at the time.
did it just wasn't all my money.
Yeah. So you didn't have the funds at the time.
No way.
Are you guys going to do cosplay skits together? That's actually why we're here.
Yeah. And this might become more of like, depending on if we can afford to continue coming up.
And obviously KW still wants us here.
Yeah,
after
of
today.
course. Yeah. As long as we haven't like totally scared him away from us and he's like, no, I never want you in my presence again.
KW, the dyslexic man who's a Satan worshiper, sold his soul to Santa. I feel like KW is staring into my soul.
But yeah, we might come up and do more videos with Kay.
There is definitely one that we will come back up for because we didn't get
Yeah.
to do it today because I almost had a heat stroke because I'm an idiot who didn't tell anyone I was overheating.
And Kay and I talked about, I really want to cosplay Yuri, and Kay already cosplays Victor, so we might do a Yuri on Ice.
And I'll be the
Video?
coach that yells at them.
Woo! And then we talked about possibly doing like a Kevin and Cecil video. So yeah. How did all of you meet? The internet.
Internet. And conventions for the two of us.
Yeah.
So this guy with a premature ejaculation problem comes out of nowhere.
That's great. Matrona times reader or Carlos times reader.
Carlos. I don't read X-Reader fanfiction.
Yeah, me either. I'd
I
rather read that sweet Dave Cat.
Dave Cat is so good. Dave Cat. Oh, there's your Dave Cat.
Hey.
A blind man walks into a bar, and a table, and a chair. Why does every cosplay have sloppy makeouts? Because it's fun to kiss people.
Yeah.
These horrible jokes are also my aesthetic.
A man walked into a bar. Ow, he says.
Have you guys ever made memes out of your cosplay pics? I don't think any of us, like the two of us, have specifically made memes, but every single selfie I take in this shirt is highly cursed. Have you ever made a meme? No. I want to make lost.jpg.
All right. Are we gonna do this in like? How are we gonna do this?
Well, it would require me,
Mm-hmm.
Jade, you, and someone else.
All right. Cool.
Two men walk into a bar. One of them orders H2O, and his friend says, "I'll have H2O too." The second man died. Why?
Because if it's H2O2, that is not water, and that's highly poisonous. I don't know what that's.
It's hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah. Okay.
He just drank straight hydrogen peroxide.
Yep.
Describe Homestuck in 3 words. Shit gets fucked. Kids playing games.
Everybody does.
There we go.
Do you ever make a video as a stripper shoe and dance on your stripper pole in your room?
That's a great idea.
You have to do it now. You gotta. And you were worried about how you were gonna get it out. Now you have an idea to use it for. Oh my god. KW. No.
I'm sorry, I put my hands on you.
Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 was a well-known sex offender.
That's the one!
I thought that might be the one. That's why I said it. KK was trying to think of the joke because 7, 8, 9. Last night, they were trying to think of the other version of that was the 6 offender one, and they just couldn't for the life of them. My friend recently got crushed by a pile of books, but he's only got his shelf to blame. The nips.
Did you show nips?
I desperately want to fix your collar.
No, the back.
The
They
back's
can't
twisted.
see it. Yo,
Message retracted. Oof. Emily draws things. What are you saying?
I have a cord wrapped around my foot.
What did Jay-Z call his girlfriend before they got married? Beyonce. I think that one works better when you're like reading it.
Jay-Z is married to Beyonce.
That's why it's spelled like that.
Why can't two melons get together? They just cantaloupe.
KW, stripper shoe is in your room on your bed waiting for you. Oh, is that all? Ace.
I'm not.
Alright. How are you guys still awake?
Is it 1:14? Holy shit!
Yep. My phone. There's a computer in front of me.
Yeah.
We're still awake through the power of none of us have a good sleeping schedule.
We were asleep at 11 this morning still.
Yep. We went to Waffle House at 11:30 this morning for breakfast.
How many kids with ADHD does it take to change a light bulb? Let's go play on our bikes. One of my favorites is I have attention deficit. Ooh, shiny thing.
What's the Grand High Blood's favorite number? 70. It's above 69. It's 11:14 p.m. here. Well,
KW, you were a sweet marshmallow and no, we love you. You're awesome.
that sounds pretty good. KW, stripper shoe is willing to have sex with you.
I didn't ask for to save the hippie because he was too far out, man.
Far out.
There's just so many dad jokes now.
There's so many dad jokes. We let one person have dad jokes and then everyone was like also dad jokes. And then this is just a great mess and I love it.
Last night I almost had
Oklahoma part of Oklahoma.
we live in Arkansas.
We do live in Arkansas. When the only thing KW has done last 10 minutes is nod and try to take his shit, and all of them still a precious bean. Yeah, KW hasn't said much. Like, Are you alright? I just want to make sure. If you ever want to, like, stop the stream so you can go to sleep, that's fine.
I'm not tired. This is similar to what happened in the car.
at Sonic. Remember me talking about that? No? Okay. Fun. What do you call a big pile of kittens? A mountain. Or a pile of pussy. That's one way to put it. What do you call someone with blonde hair who wears cat ears and handles a lot of wieners? A pussy. I stole that one off of Big Brother. Why did the mushroom go to the party?
Because he was a fun guy.
Oh! A cowboy walks into a bar. A man shouts, "John, your house is on fire." The cowboy runs to the door and realizes, hey, I don't have a house. So it's not John Homestuck. He walks back and sits down. The same man shouts, "John, your dad died." The door, hops on his horse and says, "I ain't got no dad," and walks back. The same man shouts, "John, you won the lottery." The cowboy runs outside to his horse, rides away, and says, "My name." He says, "Hey, my name ain't John." Well, he ain't John Homestuck. Cool. You inspired me to cosplay as Yu-Gi-Oh! Doing fucking Yugi's wig is a mess. I've seen someone who's done Yugi's wig. It's hard. They did real good on it though. Yeah. I wondered why the baseball was getting bigger, and then it hit me.
What video games do we play?
Legend of Zelda, a Pokemon, and Sims 4.
We all play Pokemon Go.
I play Pokemon Go every day.
I'm getting a little tired and we're gonna have to drive back.
Yeah.
Since KK's getting tired, we should probably head out.
Yeah. It was really great to see you guys.
See y'all guys. It was great to be on the stream.
Yeah. Bye. I don't know how to end it either.
Have a good
Hey, there's someone who's like noon for.
Oh.
Bye everyone.
Bye.